if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. It's one of the truest, I guess you'd say, secular quotes I've ever heard, and it's so true nowadays. Like, it is such a crazy time we live in. You know, I see all these videos that say people are different and they've changed, and it's not the same. And I don't know if people have changed, but there's so much stuff going on, so much disillusionment, like so much just information out there, conflicting information, like almost like it's done on purpose. What do we do? What do we do with that? All it is causing everyone to become unhinged. It's causing everyone to become dissonant. It's causing cognitive dissonance. Like we're just constantly being lied to. We follow the rule of the land. We're being told by these celebrities to do as they say, not as they do. And they don't say that, but that's what they mean. We're constantly being lied to by politicians on both sides. These things, these crazy files, the stuff that's coming out with this, we don't know what's real and what's not. We're being told, oh, just because someone's on doesn't mean that they are guilty of that. And they're just putting all this stuff just to confuse us. I'm telling you, they want us to just completely, it's like an ultimate gaslighting thing. They want us to completely like just discredit it all because it's too confusing to follow. And it's a crazy time we live in. It really is. So how do you fix that? How do you fix all this false information, you know? You got to have a point of reference, as I said in the beginning. If you don't have a standard, a gold standard and a point of reference, then you are never going to understand what's going on and grasp what's going on around you. And whatever it is for you, and keep in mind this false narrative and doctrine of my truth. There is no such thing as your truth. There is, in the end, it will be truth and false. It's that simple, black and gray. I know a lot of things aren't that way, but this, in this case, is. So if you don't have a point and a reference of truth, then how are you going to ever know what's going on? How are you going to ever combat things? How are you going to ever be able to rationally think? I mean, you won't. So you got to have a point of reference. Y'all, it's a crazy time we live in. I suggest people just turn off the news. I mean, those things with what's coming out in those files, I believe this, and I've said this all along. I believe that the elites, not just these politicians and stuff, but celebrities, all these people gain this power. They gain this, they became desensitized and they're doing these horrendous things. Not all of them, I'm not saying all of them, but it does happen. It does happen. And those of us who have been gone through that abuse, if you know what I'm talking about, apparently I'm not allowed to say it on here, and I don't want to trigger anyone, but we want things to be dealt with accordingly, not ethically, because ethics are just subject to change depending on the organization. We're tired. We're tired of being lied to. We're tired of being gaslit. We're tired of the division. We're humans. This isn't a Democrat. This isn't a Republican, a values thing. This is human decency. This is, as they say, good versus evil. And that's what's going on right now. There's so much information. You know, I always think of the Bible verse. It says in the end times, it said information will travel to and fro. Good will be called evil. Evil will be called good. Mother will against father. Father will against mother. Brother against sister. Nation against nation. That's what's happening right now. And sure, people can say it's been happening. It is happening on a micro level like we've never seen before, that we know about in documented history. It is absolutely insane. Now they're saying stuff about aliens just to distract us from everything that's going on. And here we are like, oh, you got to grab all this, that, and they want us to make our truth about that. No, either these people are sick or it's all a distraction. I know that there's sick people because I worked in the clinical field and corrections for many years, that these people do exist. But the sick thing is, these people that I dealt with, These were low level people, meaning they didn't have money, they didn't have influence and power. People, it seems, we all see it. People in this world, talking about the United States here, there's no accountability. If you have power, money, if you're a nepto kid, you're not held accountable. And this is unraveling right now, and it is just completely unhinging this country. Got us upset about the wrong things. I mean, first and foremost, I don't care if someone comes to a country that's not theirs or whatever to make a better life, as long as they don't mean any ill harm. That's not my thing. But I don't care what your nationality, what your religion, when someone is hurting children, when children are being exploited, that is a big problem. And that problem could only be dealt with a wood chipper. Period. Period. There's no other way to deal with those kind of people. You're so desensitized at that point, and I can tell you, working with these people, they don't change. They have a higher relapse rate, even with intensive inpatient, than even a heroin addict. A heroin addict and alcoholic have a better chance than these other people that do these heinous things. And these. So what do we believe? What do we do about this? What do we do? Looks like the birds are on my on my side. What do we do? I don't have a solution. The only solution that I have is turn off the news. Only solution that I have is to just do the things that you enjoy and help when you can. If you know someone's being hurt, help out, report it. If you get weird vibes about a neighbor or someone the thing, look into them. This is 2026. We don't have to like go get a private investigator anymore. Like, follow your intuitions. If see, that's the thing, is we don't follow intuitions because we don't know how to follow our gut feeling, because we're bombarded with information that is conflicting. And now that when you can say, oh, my truth, so then that person who does those horrible things to children, their truth is their preoccupation. Spit on that. No, absolutely not. That's why you have to have a point of reference. That's why you have to stand for something. That's why this nation is so divided, because we put our identity in the stupidest things. Oh, Democrat. Oh, Republican. Yeah, the perfect divide and conquer psyop right there. Okay, these people are not gonna like these people. Whatever. The solution, y'all. The only solution that could ever come at us, and I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I hate to say it, but it's not. It can happen on a micro level, is for people to come together and for one cause, many different causes. Could you imagine what we can do with the homeless people? How we can help them out? How we can help out with children that are neglected? Everything that we rely on Big Daddy government for, we can do ourselves. We already pay the taxes that are supposed to do that, and nothing comes of it but more oppressive tax laws. What is the point? So the only thing we can do, I'm not sitting here complaining. I know it seems like a rant, and it is. I'm a little indignant about it, but the whole point of this is we have to come together, y'all. We have to set aside differences. These are children that have been hurt and worse. Everyone in the world should be more outraged than they are. They're so concerned. I hear people, they're so concerned about people releasing the files, and they want a certain party to be more on it. That's what they're concerned about. They're not concerned that children are being hurt. They just want to prove that their party is better than them. These celebrities, these musicians, none of them, almost none of them, really are living in this world. They're not living in the world we are. They're absolutely gone. And yet we are sitting here worshiping and listening to them, y'all. Oh, these birds are going crazy, man. Maybe they're robots, like the weird conspiracy theorists say, and I just jumped onto something. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go into Walmart. This was my little metropolitan nature moment rant. Y'all have a good one.